Top of the evening to you guys. Jam American here, checking in on my channel on my way from Chesapeake, heading back home. How y'all doing in your neck of the hood? What you been up to all day? We're out here. We're out here, guys. Out here, out. Aberdeen. Now for the traffic. Time for the traffic. That's okay. Oops. See if I can catch this up here.
The butter and oil, get it.
Ryan said I keep my license. So it have to be a scam. Yeah, it's a scam. Bam. Jay. Hampton Road Center Parkway. Well, guys, what we're going to do is vehicle on the street. Look how much vehicle out here.
My plan was to
You soon don't want to have no road for vehicle.
My
goodness.
And I can do a flight plane. So
That vehicle.
First I went to Huey. Having heard the university singers decided not to go Huey because we have to see. The academic thing never was not for them. And then went to Huey to see. Went to university singers. Did a geography degree to pass the time. And when I finished that, one day I was walking down the spine of Irving or something, say, boom, on the lawn. Like, literally. Nobody ever discussed it with me, nobody said anything. Something just literally hit me to say, go on the lawn. And I said, why? I said, because you didn't have everything else that you wanted. Something like that. And that was it? That was it. That was it. Because at that time I was thinking, I had even offered to go, myself and Roman Garrix, who worked in Fusion and Center at the time. Yeah. We were doing many trips to Brooklyn College because we would work with the NTC or with the university singers, and so each year we would go. Those groups went alternately, and the team there, lecturers there, and so on, were so impressed with what we were able to do. Two boys coming from the Caribbean, and they said, "You want to come to a master's degree? Come." So that is where the toss-up was in my head at that time. Of course, Bush has a similar story, but Bush was in medicine when I joined, but I think we're not talking about that. So yeah, it's crazy. So that's how the whole thing evolved. Of course, that's what
you know about law decides, but it has to be something creative in a law.
Correct. I mean, the two things have to remain married, and the truth is that the creative industries have so much potential and so many areas that law impact. I mean, it's not just intellectual property. Yeah, that's one. But there's the area of contracting, there's the area of property, and there's the area of corporate governance, and then there's so many different sides to how the creative industries can benefit. But then you have to drop into the politics of the conversation. And you're probably ready for that. But
we're gonna find out. One of the things in the this, but we have to ask because I've seen you arrange.
I used to only think of black people drive with their hand out of vehicle. A pure Caucasian, Mr. Down there, so I do it. Caucasian hand out a door.
I don't know. That's true. I don't know. I'll tell you sometimes when I hear something, the only reason why I know but I don't know where it came from. And so people
but that help me not come on, you're doing something can't TV, but alright.
no, but the truth usually do, let me tell you what my process is. I start with determining how I want my audience to feel. So, if we're doing a song and I say, alright, I want my audience to leave feeling empowered, then we start working from there to create a palette that gives me that feeling. If I say, quick joke, only one is now major only one. He's one of my best friends. We used to arrange together for university. It was 1 year we decided, listen,
Police pull them over.
singers every year, we get impressed and them sit down nice and then front everything and clap. And they're impressed with the sound and all these things. I was just like,
You want them to cry?
yes, we want to have it. And so, seriously, so we deliberately decided we were going to do an arrangement that would cause the audience to cry. Well, we started off with a problem because when the singers started to learn it in rehearsal, them started to holler. So of course it almost never made the season because the singers started to rebel. They didn't like how it made them feel. And thankfully, I have to give it.
See, Miss Betty make that come here, huh?
Yeah, she come out. Me see the lady come out to the car. Me I say, wait, who is this lady coming to our car? When I look under the tree, is Miss Betty. So I said, let me come inside with you.
So touch that. It has to. And so you have to start off with
She liked the company. Good conversation, and then
what you want to be.
Raheem wasn't saying anything on his phone. So she said, young man, I notice what you doing? Like she asked him what career he's choosing, you know. She wanted to get him engaged. We have to take her the phone, Raheem. I talk to her and in the phone same way.
We can into every area.
See the one there drive dangerous?
I like it. That's enough to take you to the creatives.
Look at this
Think
idiot.
about what you want your audience to feel. Because the way you make people feel, they never forget it. And it's important. Well, this man is an attorney, a musician, a manager, a lecturer. And like, we can't put the balance. All these things, you and like, but then you wake up about it.
Look like he might race the other one. Are they traveling together?
And those nights I tried to be very intense.
many rats never dig a good hole.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges facing our
You
music.
hear the phrase? Too many rats never dig a good hole. Too much hands in the pot. So it's gonna be confusion.
Alright, so there's a fundamental structure. And a sense on time and a little bit then our custom
Jamaican have all kind of phrase. Might as well take off that bumper. Yeah. It's not safe. That's hazard for him and us. Catch it. What's weapon station, Jay? If you have a weapon, you have to go get checked.
Citizens can go and
No,
showcase and develop.
It's a
real big
Okay.
conversation for creatives, and I hope that now that it's been spoken about so much, some attention will be paid to it. I have another thing I want to suggest too, because if we were an oil-producing country, we would find ways to refine oil, to mine it more efficiently, to distribute it, to make greater byproducts, to do all the things that would make make sure we extract every ounce of value out of it. And there is no reason why Jamaica should not become a festival economy. But we're talking about it another day, right? Because we're going to talk about it another day. But if we have the ward and Little Theatre in a Kingston, and they are probably the best design spaces that we have, but they're 2 feet short of a ratness, right? The problem that we have is that we can't sit and say how much respect and regard we have for that, but the amount of money that we pump into other things, and I can say it, we probably can, but we build. No, what I'm saying is, what we're gonna say now. We build the largest edifices to put in call center. We build the largest edifices to put warehousing. We build all kind. We build a road that we all turn in a wasteland after we build it. We do all these things, but we have not built. We have designed and built edifices that reflect the respect that we should have for that which has placed us on the map. Any name we call. When you go anywhere in the world,
Civil War Trail.
They are called because they are cultural practitioners. That is why the names are called. And so we're taking it for granted. But there are other people who don't have nobody name to call, and they build things and make things and create an economy out of their culture.
Right here in the Caribbean too. Right here in the Caribbean too.
Good.
Okay.
And for the serious money. So, I don't know.
It's weird though. Like,
it's not weird actually, but that's another point.
No, I'm saying it's weird that it's something that could be so important and critical and
Williamsburg Road.
We have to keep saying, we keep talking about it. Like, I don't understand it.
It is not weird. There's a reason why we keep saying that our largest, that we keep pushing the concept that the most important industry to Jamaica is tourism. But we never say the most important industry to Jamaica is entertainment. Even though in my little half intellectual headspace,
and entertainment has a job for tourism.
But entertainment is a larger industry. In fact, what is described as tourism is really a very small part of it, but they just own everything else. So now you're hearing sports tourism and entertainment tourism, kind of that tourism part to give it the pedigree. But yeah.
When the man in a pain and then they say,
And
the belly button from me again from you and right now, because when we thinking about Fairfield Fairtime, Montego Bay.
Yes. Yeah. And then we can't even put up one proper shed. Listen, you Johnny, the last time I see you in Miramar, they played something that was a piece of trapalling. Remember? Trapalling. It's a trapalling stretch over one nice bossy design with one concrete thing in the backstage area.
Simple.
That's what it's
simple design, but that's all some of the genre. We don't elaborate.
You know what I'm saying? And not even that. When the time trapalling put up our York in 99.
Johnny and I went to Trinidad. We performed in a space for Caribbean. That was a trailer. I went back to Trinidad in 2019, and when I saw what the trailer had been converted to, me like me sit down in there and I said, this not real, this unreal, this unreal.
The Queen's Hall Theatre is equivalent to our ward in terms of age
And design.
and design.
Yes.
But check out theirs compared to ours.
Okay.
Key legal mistakes are oversights.
Yes, that kind of switch gears.
Because I'm a
Yeah.
that young creatives make, and how can they avoid that?
First mistake that young creators make is to not understand their rights and responsibilities, and they come together. Everybody wants, but nobody don't want to give. So first of all, yes, you must understand
This is the
your
Civil
rights,
War
but
ground.
when you're a creative,
Colonial Park.
and creative is used is a very modern term, so sometimes I don't know where to put it. But but if you're creating works of intellectual property and you're also using other person's works of intellectual property, what are the things that we must understand? What are my rights? What are your rights? What is the right of the public that is consuming it? And also, appreciate the difference between what is economic, what is artistic, what is potential. So you have to know what you're investing in. Yeah, we get to the thing where now everybody's talking about intellectual property. The truth is that as intellectual property developed over time, through Europe, through North America, they understood that you needed to allow for some
Welcome to
flexibilities
Williamsburg.
to give yourself a chance to become popular, to give the work a chance to grow globally.
Jamestown, James Madison Town.
To the big lawsuits, the cases that you've seen, them not really drinking soup on the time.
No.
Them left it, make it all
Make it
perfect.
go on bubble.
It's all perfect. And when they take it up and strip off, you know one thing we found on the top of the soup sometimes?
Yeah.
When it cold, and you go some champagne.
Yeah.
And that time now,
I like
they
the
get all
Boston
the...
Like you love some
So sometimes you need to...
Yeah,
let something slide.
sound like it.
Leave a body of work to be out there
At
doing
least you're
something.
willing to try it.
But do not take your...
You probably like
right
pig's feet,
for
so you don't mind eating the cow skin or the cow feet.
So,
But like Miss
one,
Betty said, they used to
understand.
put beans. I didn't know that. You put beans
In the cow feet, in the pig feet.
You're not going to be an intellectual property expert, but at least know the difference between copyright.
Boy, when you hear about the cow feet,
If you're
You better go get some.
his antenna went
Yeah,
up.
you like me. You better go damn.
Ready to try it.
At this point, we need to call a lie.
correct. Right?
Oh.
And also understand
That prime truck was what?
if
It just sudden like that?
police catch you up with a gun, you're not going to call me because I know the criminal law. But if you somebody give
A
you
lie. Them a liar, and that's me liar.
no, because I would never, if the teeth had hurt me,
You're not going to call the barber.
I know I'm going to stick it on the doctor fee. If the teeth are hurt, you're not going to call a dermatologist. I just saw it work. So I mean, yes, but they never did. So
Baptist
the
Road.
point is, understand, because we have intellectual property attorneys here, entertainment lawyers in Jamaica, who nobody now pay much mind because they're not name brand attorneys. But that's also because we don't have a heavily litigious entertainment space. But they will call other persons because that's the name we know. Now, if I get into the other side of it, it could also cause other problems. Yes.
Beautiful. I love this view.
Metaphor and therefore.
Beautiful scenery.
Yes. So understand where the resources are to assist you. Understand what is Jams and Jacob and what is Jaipur. What is the purpose of it? If you're lost, you don't know where you really need for this, just go online and type in Jamaica the office and it will tell you some things. And you just do a basic read, get someone to read it for you if you don't like read. Because I'm not taking it any further than that.
Leave it there, so.
Yes.
Get somebody to read it for you if you don't like read. The point is you need to get the information.
Correct.
Important. She's we are running out of time. How do you think the music industry in Jamaica is evolving with technology and globalization?
Well, the music industry in Jamaica is benefiting from what is happening globally because a lot of us who would have been
River walk towns.
can circumvent some of the things.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So people can hear about us. Remember that nigga youth from the school when it sing Beautiful Day?
Yes.
It's
In Germany, they don't-
I think because that, you know,
Yeah.
because even though Beautiful Day was out 10 years before that, Germany never did really eat enough food off a beautiful day. Right? But then this nigga sing this song at somebody's kitchen somewhere and did what in fact was an infringement. But it was
German make it so bubble.
correct. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So we the technology is giving us that kind of opportunity. The opportunity for those who wouldn't normally hear before to hear what we have. But one of the things that we're not catching up with is getting the pedigree of talent to match the technology. What is happening is that everybody have a laptop now, so everybody is an engineer.
Correct.
Where is the training that gets them to be able to use that laptop at the global
Everybody
level?
around A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and say them a songwriter.
Correct. So we have the technology, we have the access to it, but because we don't have the fundamentals, because the youth them who very often take to this are seen as the ones to be put to the side, are not given the academic support that they need, Because even though the question is not whether or not they're bright, it is whether or not they're exposed to the right
But
material.
you know about the infrastructure, yeah?
Correct.
It's an education system, a co-curriculum. If it had it where it should be, every youth who pass through school
American
who is so
Revolution.
inclined
Correct.
would be able to
And would
execute.
understand the precepts to bring is the
Yeah.
is media.
Yeah.
I do have to say nothing more about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Before you go, because I want to make sure you're alive to come to another interview.
Yes.
Playing for the Arts is on Sunday.
Yes, it's on Sunday. It's
The youth,
beautiful.
the youth gala.
Yes, and I'm running to a rehearsal right now because Marissa Benin is a hard task master.
No, they can't do you one. No.
But yeah, it's a beautiful set of youngsters. There was a time when we used to do
We
something
came to
called
Yorktown,
the
right?
National Youth Chorale.
At the
And
museum?
this is the closest thing.
Jamestown,
to the
okay.
They have existed before as well.
Because it just looks familiar when Yvette's birthday.
To present world-class performances in that's what world-class space, but
It was still Williamsburg.
we try to lift it and we can't help myself. Yeah, but truth is true, though. But no, because listen, it didn't have a cross, and if you say it already, yeah, that's a problem. But it's a beautiful opportunity for all of Jamaica. Well, all of Jamaica can hold this place, and there's only one show, but there will be other opportunities, and the more people who clamor for it, is the more probably we will get a chance to see it. And the more bossy people, we call them big trousers people, hear this kind of and see this kind of thing and say, well, we can't get more of it. Probably the more other people would listen to me as a like a serious side of thing. We'll then move to see if we can get these spaces ready.
Mentor, advocate, lecturer in the areas of intellectual property law, entertainment law, cultural enterprise management, and so much more. Yuan Simpson, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
This is 94.5 FM. The time by Hydro Online is
Time is 4 o'clock.
Uh-oh.
Jamaica headline news. The top news in just a minute.
Wrong turn.
Radio Jamaica, active for the good
I can't
nation.
turn there.
Good afternoon. I'm Deidre Gordon with a look at some of the stories coming
Look
up
at
and
traffic.
beyond the headlines
Oh,
at 5
boy.
o'clock. Cabinet has
Jesus.
approved the introduction of the unemployment insurance
Look at
benefit,
traffic.
which will be added to the suite of provisions under the National Insurance Scheme. The new benefit will serve as a guaranteed safety net for all employees who contribute to the NIS, except for self-employed persons. The Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries
Except
and
self-employed.
Audit Report has highlighted
Unemployment
allegations that
insurance.
fertilizer donation by the
Y'all
Kingdom
give
of
it a-
Morocco
y'all
for
give it a
Jamaican farmers
unemployment.
was being sold at
Like,
a private
people got-
farm store in St.
people
Catherine
need,
in August
get
2023.
laid off.
The Auditor General's report
good.
tabled in Parliament Tuesday indicated
work for
that
yourself,
the
you want
internal
to.
audit with the damning allegations of the free fertilizers being sold at a private farm was reportedly sent to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Dermot Spence. And the Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, has dismissed an assertion by Chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Andrew Swaby, that the council is coming under political attack since it raised concerns about the water quality in the corporate area. It has been reported that the KSAMC has been outstanding on a balance of $151 million to the NWC, the majority of which Mayor Swaby says was accumulated during the previous administration. Mr. Samuda criticized the mayor for appearing to pass on blame. More of these and other stories in the new segment of Beyond the Headlines at 5 o'clock.
Smart Radio Jamaica. Steve. Radio Jamaica.
We're celebrating 20 years of business, and U.S. Bank have been there every step of the way from our minivans and now our 10,000 square foot location.
helping to give you the power and performance you need. Texaco Tech-On helps maximize your mileage by removing gunk that can interfere with fuel combustion. So why settle for less when you can have more? Your car and upgrade. Fill up with Texaco with Tech-On, star of the Jamaican road.
That's where we fish right, this one.
Available at Delta Supply, 106 Hadley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111
The Toll Plaza. We got an easy pass.
This is 94.5 FM.
Can do cash or easy pass. On the $2. $2, the same as Jamaica. Jamaica is what, 300? Same thing. So we would turn that way to go fishing.